I also really enjoy proving myself and other people wrong. And again, it's not like this like gay ginger theater indoor kid narrative was like pushed on me. That was my vibe. Like that's what I had, and I was fine with it. That was my goal. Like that was what I wanted. Like it's I don't want to portray it as though there was some internal struggle. But that being said, it is so rewarding to have these moments, whether it's a training run or a 100 miler that I didn't think I could finish. It's so fun to have these moments of realization where I'm like, oh, you know what? As it turns out, I'm kind of a badass, and nobody is more surprised by that than me. And that's so rewarding. That is so. I love when people meet me and they get to know me, and then I reveal like, oh yeah, well I was in the mountains for a few days this weekend doing 98 miles, and they're like minds are melt. Like I love defying expectations. How about that? That's what it is. I love being what people think I'm not supposed to be. Ginger kid from rural Missouri is not supposed to move to New York and pursue a Broadway career. A 6'2", 340-pound ginger lumberjack is not supposed to be running 100-mile ultra marathons. Everything through my life you can kind of identify as a weirdly desperate attempt to be the opposite of what everyone thinks or wants me to be. So I don't know why I have that bug, but it's a major motivator for running. I love that feeling of proving myself and other people wrong.
Do you think that plays into the representation aspect? And do you think about people seeing what you're doing and thinking, wow, I can do that too?
Yeah, I hope so, because, that's why I made my film. Once is Enough, available on Amazon Prime. That's why I made it, because when I got into running, it's my style, but I consumed everything. Like I said, I watched every single movie, every single book. I read all the blogs. I looked at all the training plans. I dove in head first, and I kept finding these incredibly inspiring stories of elite athletes accomplishing these crazy things, running 100 milers in ridiculous amounts of time, doing huge through hikes, all these just like really amazing things. But I didn't see any chubby middle-aged ginger dudes just getting by. I didn't see their stories of them like just like overhauling their life just to get across the finish line by the cutoff. And I just started to realize that there was a half of the demo that wasn't being reached out to. Not that everyone doesn't enjoy, again, and isn't inspired by watching the best of the best do what they do. But I think there's also a lot of value in watching someone like me who, with a different personality, would probably be too self-conscious, too scared, too intimidated, too all these things to even go out onto a trail. And I thank God that I am a space cadet, that I'm aloof, that I'm whatever it is that allows me to not feel that same pressure. I thank the universe for it, because I think it's allowed me to show that to other people. I had a YouTube channel for a while, and I was converting a school bus into an RV. And I started making videos for this YouTube channel about, how to do this, how to renovate this part, how to install this. And it did fine, but it never felt right. Like, it never felt authentic. It felt like I was totally posing. It's major imposter syndrome. And I finally had a moment of realization where I was like, what am I doing? Like, I am not an expert in this stuff. I'm figuring it out, and I'm portraying myself as though I know what I'm doing, but it doesn't feel right. And it's not working. And so I just completely switched to my mindset. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be honest. I don't have any effing clue what I'm doing. I just watched a YouTube video, and I know enough to be dangerous. Let's turn on the camera, and y'all can watch me see if I can figure this out. And it was so much more authentic. It was so much more interesting. And so that's how I've approached my social media and everything else with running, because I realized that there's no value in me making Instagram reels about the top 10 shoes for this, the 5 things you must eat before a run. I might know those things. I might know a lot about some of those things, but it's just not me. It's not authentic. What is much more authentic is for me to pick up the camera, shove some food in my mouth and get to the trail because I'm running late and just show you what that normal life is like. Show you when my runs go bad. Show you the blood running down my inner thighs because I bought new running shorts the day before a 20-mile run and then was in the middle of I was in the middle of the mountains and had no choice but to run 10 miles back out and literally had blood running down my thighs. Like, I think there's value in showing people that, like, there are normal people doing this too. And your chafed thighs, your bloody nipples, your vomiting, the time you shit your pants on the trail, it happens to all of us. None of us, aside from a very small percentage of runners, are these gorgeous, fit gazelles gliding over marathon finish lines in, 6 minutes. Like, that does exist, but the bulk of runners in this country are way more like me than they are whoever won the Boston Marathon last week. There are way more of me trying to figure out how to run than there are those. So I think I find a lot of purpose in that. I think I find a lot of purpose in showing people that it's not as intimidating as it seems. It's not this judgy, it can be in some regards, but it is not this judgmental, elitist world. So if you want to run, go run, and we'll mess up together. We'll figure it out together.